questions based on your weaknesses. We all have weaknesses. It's very important that we know what are our weaknesses. So if you can write down what are two of your weaknesses, that would be great. So what are my two weaknesses, which I know is I procrastinate and I have a little bit issue with the time management. There are so many lies we keep saying to ourselves, but when we give the word to a lie, or when we speak, the lie actually goes away. So even writing here that what are your two weaknesses, you are acknowledging it. And once we acknowledge it, then only we can take steps to improve and move forward. Adrian, following bad rules, I struggle to. Okay, wanting to do so many things, strength and weaknesses. They are driven by emotion, procrastination.
And two
So
things
what
you
is
said
the
before, about reframing and past tense. Like if we say I've got a problem and I feel bad, but if we say I had a problem, I feel a bit bad because I had a problem. But if I say I had a problem, now I have an opportunity, or I had a problem, now I have whatever strength it is.
Yeah.
So I like that. I had a problem. Now I have these strengths, and now I'm me. I can move forward.
So, yeah, moving to past tense and changing with more powerful words. So why we are talking about the weaknesses? Because I believe in this principle that when our concepts are right, we actually grow, and with the false concept, we block and limit us. So even if I have weaknesses, but if I have the concept that okay, I procrastinate or I was procrastinating, and I am taking steps now with these right concept, I will grow. But if I continue to stay like, oh, I procrastinate, I'm actually blocking myself and I'm limiting myself and I'm not taking new chances and growing.
Hi there, Adrian here, and this is a video from a Zoom session that we do. We do these Zoom sessions every Sunday and we take questions and answers from the audience, some of our students, some of our members. We never know what questions are coming up, so I'm always excited to do these sessions and I hope to see you at one of them. Make sure you hit the subscribe button below and check out the other playlists that we have. Thank you, enjoy.
So thank you so much having me here, Adrian, and I'm so thankful to all of you for coming on Sunday evening. And I'm so happy to share with you my own experiences, like how NLP changed me and helped me to find who I am. So today's topic is From Words to Wisdom, exploring NLP for self-discovery and reflection. I begin with a little bit about me. I'm a textile engineer by profession. Adrian knows now, and I run a textile trading company with my husband here in Hangzhou. I'm a founder of Reshape Awareness. That's my new project and a baby very, very close to my heart. I am an entrepreneur and ICF NLP certified coach. Thank you, Adrian, and everybody. I'm so happy to see you all here. I am an author. I wrote a book, Walking in Faith, where I compiled my Bible verses, the verses which were very close to my heart, how they spoke to me and how they changed my life. And it was an Amazon bestseller. I'm a co-founder of Pitas and Tikas. It's an Indian restaurant in Hangzhou. Anybody lives in Hangzhou, coming to Hangzhou, please, I welcome you here and we can share a meal together. I am just opened a new company, Lian Commerce. It's a e-commerce company based in Hangzhou. I was SME business leader finalist. That was who I was professionally. Um, I am living in Hangzhou from last 20 years and overall in China for more than 25 years. I'm really, really, really grateful to the people, to the experiences that this country gave me enough love, and I'm very, very grateful. It has been a great journey so far. I know everybody's here leaving their Sunday. I really want, if you can connect with these three questions, you can unmute yourself, write in a chat window. The questions are, how are you feeling right now? Can you please write down or can speak? How are you feeling right now? Warm, happy, good, excited. So how I'm feeling excited and a bit worried for my son. Positive, excited. And I would go to the second question. What have you left behind so that you can come here? You have made a powerful choice to come and be here. But I really want us to acknowledge that when we made this choice to come here, what we have left behind. So I would really appreciate if you can write what have you left behind so that you can come here. Washing, okay. What I have left behind, I think talking to my family, housework, family, my study topic, okay. Housework, bottle of wine, not bad. I had to leave my undone work, which I still need to go back to finish. Yeah. Currently commuting. Like, thank you, Excel.
I was gonna say having a
Now,
whiskey on the balcony.
okay, left behind a report I need to complete. Okay, Sunday running activity. So we know how we are feeling. We are acknowledging what we have left behind. Now, our third question is, as you have already made a choice to be here, what might you be looking forward? What is your expectation? What might you be looking forward? I'm starting my journey to be great. Thank you, Jessica. What I'm looking forward to share my some new awareness. Oh, Adrian, you are all aware, huh? Okay, enlightenment, new information. I will learn for NLP application in real life. I'm open and I will try to absorb the learnings. We can go to the next one. What is neuro NLP? Very beautiful lines from Tony Robbins. It says, through neuro-linguistic programming, we gain the power to rewrite the scripts of our minds, opening new pathways of self-discovery and transformation. This is our topic today, that how our language can help us to rewrite the scripts, what we think about in our mind, and how we can rewrite those scripts. So what is NLP? NLP stands for Neuro Linguistic Programming, a methodology that explores the relationship between our thoughts, language, and behavior. And it has been developed since 1970 by Richard Bandler and John Grinder. Today, our focus will be more on how this power of NLP can help us in finding who we are and living a more reflective lifestyle. So what we will be discussing today, it will be importance of our internal dialogue, like what kind of self-talk we do to ourselves. And the second will be NLP techniques for modifying this limiting beliefs or this self-talk. There are many, many techniques. So we will be focusing on one technique today, which is closer to my heart. So importance of our internal dialogue based on knowing who am I or who we are. He said knowing is something very, very concrete. When we know who we are, we can actually say this with adjectives. I can say I'm a loving mother, I'm a compassionate person. So when we know who we are, we can actually put adjectives. We understand our present state when I am saying who I am, and if I am not feeling comfortable by saying who I am, like if I'm saying I'm a loving mom and I'm not very comfortable of saying that I'm a loving mom, it means there is still some experiences or some journey I still need to take. If I am saying it very comfortably and connecting to my present state, it means I know who I am. Yes, I am a loving mom, and I'm very, very secure with that. So I really want you to look at yourself and please answer this question. If you can answer in the chat window, even if you don't want to write in the chat window, please write down on one paper. It is very, very important, and you will find the answer why I'm asking you. The first question is, where am I at my journey of knowing who am I? You can give yourself number 2, 3. 1 is less, 10 is the maximum. So please give yourself a number. Where are you at this journey of knowing who you are? 6, 6, 7, not bad. 8, wow. 4, I also says 8. Maybe I was 4 when I started NLP, but after 3 years, I will give myself 8 or 9. A big one, yes. Big one, no, no, William. A big 10. 5, 4, okay. Okay, now we go to the second question. It says, who am I? I really want you to give 3 adjectives to yourself, who you are. Look at yourself within you. What are your beliefs and how you see yourself? What is your own self-image? Please give yourself 3 adjectives. Even if you don't want to share in the chat window, write down on a notebook or on your phone. Please write down. How do you see yourself? 3 adjectives. I will say I'm a loving mom. Why we are saying this, why we are saying that we can give ourselves some objectives, because it is really, really important. And I believe that what kind of self-talk we do, it shapes our beliefs, it shapes our emotions, and it shapes our behaviors. If I'm saying and I'm believing and I'm trusting that I'm a loving mom, I will believe in this, that I'm a loving mom, and I will work towards to stay and to make, not to make sure, to be act like a loving mom. My emotions will be loving and compassionate, and my behaviors will be like hugging, talking to them, being with them. Yeah, just be there for them. And how we see ourselves, it is the way we view, plan, and live our lives. If I say, oh, I'm what I'm not enough, if I say I'm not enough, and I will view my life like this. I am not enough. My life is not enough. I will plan. I want to do something, but I will not fully plan it, because the internal dialogue is that I'm not enough. I'm incapable. So I will not even plan a very strong, uh, uh, great life. And so this is very, very important that we keep an eye on what internal dialogue or what self-talk we are doing to ourselves, because this is going to affect the way we are going to live our lives. So NLP techniques to identify and modify these limiting beliefs. If I'm saying I'm not enough or I'm incapable, so there are many, many techniques. There are many, many techniques. Adrian will tell you many, many, many techniques. It can be reframing, anchoring, resourceful state, modeling, empowering behaviors, timeline, so many, so many. So we are going to focus today on the reframing. This is one of the easiest one, but this is one of the technique which we normally don't even use. And it is the easiest one to use. So we will start with reframing. Why we are using reframing? Reframing is the way how we reframe our words, how we reframe what we are thinking, how we reframe what are our limiting beliefs. But why we are doing this? Because once we replace our limiting beliefs with the empowering ones, we open ourselves to new possibilities and personal growth.
Yeah, if I can just throw in, Rajni,
yeah,
if you've grown up with a television set in the house or a radio in the house, or you've gone to school, I think that's most of us here, there's a fair chance that there's a lot of negative mindset, a lot of negative stuff that's going into our head. The other week I was at the gym and they were playing this song. This song goes, young, dumb, and broke. I'm just young, dumb, and broke. Anyone heard that song?
no.
It's like some pop song, young, dumb, effed up and broke or something like that, right? And I'm hearing it at the gym and I hear the lyrics and I'm like, ooh, I'm cringing. On the drive home, 1 hour later on the drive home, that song is still going in my head. That song is still going in my head. And as a kid, we used to listen to Ice Cube, Tupac, Public Enemy, NWA, all this kind of stuff. Even a lot of our top songs. So we've got a lot of bad programming that goes in our head, and that stuff is there unless we take care of it.
Thank you. Thank you so much adding to this. I really appreciate. So this is another exercise we can write in the chat window. So what we are going to try is we are going to reframe some negative words to the positive one. So let's try a few today. Confused. Instead of saying I'm confused, what is the empowering word can you do? Like, I am confused, but I really want to make it positive one. Can you write down in the chat window? What do you think? What can you replace I'm confused with? Instead of saying I'm confused, try saying I'm looking for clarity. Even I just reframed the word I'm confused, giving me such a stress and such a heavy feeling. The moment I say I'm looking for clarity, I'm opening up. I'm looking for new things which I can learn. Now we say another word, failure. Instead of saying I'm failing, what would you like to say? So I can say yes. Instead of saying I'm failing, I can say I'm learning. Say the word, just say in your mind, I'm failing is such a heavy word. But when I reframe it, I am learning, I'm opening myself to new possibilities. We go to the third one, stress. I really want you all to feel and say this word. Oh, I'm stressed. I'm stressed. And say a positive word and replace this stress word with a positive word. Maybe this is the time, Adrian, to anchor the most resourceful state. When was the last time you felt stress? And how did you make yourself out of that stress feeling? Yeah, I want to relax.
In Australia, it's called nutbush. See, that's a break state.
I can do the nutbush.
So I want to relax, resourceful. I'm looking to set back. I want to have a control over my mental state. I can say I am blessed with responsibilities. So instead of saying I'm stressed, just repeat within your heart or in your mind and say I am blessed with responsibilities. And you feel how you feel when you are saying I'm blessed with responsibilities.
I need to tell my daughter this. Not my eldest daughter, my youngest daughter.
Okay. Yeah, this is because the moment you say I am blessed with responsibilities, I really want everybody to speak in their heart. I am blessed with responsibilities. And if you can share in the chat window, what is your feeling? How you are feeling when you are saying I am blessed with responsibilities? I'm feeling so relaxed. I'm feeling relaxed and so grateful. Just reframing one line instead of saying I'm stressed. Stress was like a burden on my chest. The moment I said I am blessed with responsibilities, actually I'm feeling so grateful. Feel like a leader, feel responsible.
The parents in the house, I think Lisa mentioned a child, we could actually get our children or friends to stand up and start saying it and feel the difference. That's right. Say it, I'm blessed. Louder.
I am blessed. I am. And the more I'm saying it louder, the feeling is multiplying. I am blessed. I am blessed with responsibility and I'm feeling so grateful right now. Let's move to the next word. Lonely. Instead of saying I am lonely, what would you like to say? Instead of saying lonely, I would say I'm. A few days back, I read a concept which I really liked. They said it is a difference when I say I am lonely and when I say I'm alone. Lonely people are, alone people are the people who are okay to spend time with themselves. So I'm enjoying being alone. I can say like that. Or it's not for me, but yeah, for the single people in the house, it's like I'm available. And instead of saying lonely, I'm available. I am not. Uh, okay. Now we go to another word, sick. Just the word sick carries such a burden that, oh, I'm not feeling well. I can start feeling it. So instead of saying I am sick, what will be some empowering word you will give to sickness? No, and I can say that I'm cleansing. I really want, if we can say this, even the moment I say I'm sick, my shoulders are drooping. Oh my God, I'm sick. I don't have energy. I don't want to do this. I am like in a complaining mode. But the moment I say I'm cleansing, it's giving me a power that, okay, I am taking rest. My body is asking for rest, and it will be okay in 1 or 2 days. So just reframing the way we say the words. Two more words to go. Problem. Instead of saying I have a problem, because this is a common word, we all say, oh, I have a problem, I have a problem, I have a problem. Instead of saying I have a problem, what are the empowering words can you use? I have a solution after notice. Yeah.
I think this one really changes for people that do a lot of training, because we're continually saying who's got a problem, who's got a challenge, who's got an opportunity, and that reframe just happens automatically for so many of us. I can't remember the last time I had a problem in real life. Just like,
Yeah.
problem, really? I got a problem?
Time to shine. Yeah. So everybody gave very, very nice answers. Yeah. Oh, sorry. So I can say, yes, I have an opportunity. This is the last one, overloaded. Just imagine yourself, being overloaded, and how even this word is adding so much load on our shoulders. So just feel overloaded. Oh my God, I'm already think my shoulders are already going down. So instead of saying I'm overloaded, what would you say? This is the last one. I would say I'm highly in demand. I'm overloaded because I'm highly in demand. Even just saying these words, that instead of saying I am overloaded, reframing and saying it, I am highly in demand. Oh, my heart is full of confidence and happiness. Oh, I'm highly in demand. Now we what did we learn so far? One second. What we learn is reframing, how we can just reframe small words and change into more empowering words. Rather than saying I'm stressed, I can say I'm blessed with opportunities and responsibilities. The second way to reframing is changing the tense. Changing the tense is, if I'm saying I am not successful. Oh, again, a pressure. I am not successful. I am changing the tense and I'm putting it to past tense. I was not successful. Not that I'm not successful at this moment. I'm changing the tense and I'm putting it to I was not successful. I really want, if you can feel these lines, even if reading is not enough. I am not successful. I feel like I'm not successful in the present state, and the burden is so much there. Oh, I'm not successful. I'm incapable. I am not enough. But the moment I'm putting it to the past tense, I was not successful. It means I no, I accept I was not successful in the past tense in the past, but it is not what I'm carrying right now. I am successful right now, and I'm capable and I am enough. So it is very, very important. Anytime you feel like that you are talking self-negative talk in the present tense, I really want you to say, move it to the past tense. Make your present happier by shifting negativity to the past. This is also very, very important. And the third technique, reframing, what we are going to see today is asking powerful questions. How we ask questions to ourselves is how we are going to have a more uh, empowering life. So why we ask questions? If I'm going to ask a stupid question, I'm going to get a terrible answer. So it is very, very important to ask powerful questions. Why? Because when we ask question, we actually change how we feel. We are going to see this. So question based on our strength. I really want, can you write down in the chat window or on your notebook, what are your 3 key strengths? Which can be, the idea is, what are you good at? What are your natural talents? How do you see yourself as uniquely you? So can you please write down what are your 3 key strengths? I know it's a lot of questioning, answering, but it is going to make sense at the end. So what are you good at? What are your natural talents? How do you see yourself as uniquely you? Why we are focusing and taking time to write down what are your natural talents, because it is very, very important for us to know that I will read this line because this is a beautiful line which I really love. It says, you are a unique individual. You are the only one who can love, live, and give as you do. There has never been one before you and never will be after you. So you are a unique individual. So please take time and write, what do you see which makes you a unique person? We move to the next question. Questions based on your weaknesses. We all have weaknesses. It's very important that we know what are our weaknesses. So if you can write down what are two of your weaknesses, that would be great. So what are my two weaknesses, which I know is I procrastinate and I have a little bit issue with the time management. Chocolate, oh, plants. Plants is not weakness. You're taking care of the world. Yeah.
You should see how many I have.
Beautiful. You're living in a clean environment,
Oh, you're talking weaknesses in my character.
Yeah.
Oh my
Yeah,
gosh.
yeah, it's okay. Yeah, chocolate plants, good oxygen. Yes, Alicia. Falling in love is a beautiful feeling, Harun. It's not a weakness. Not many people can do that.
Mm-mm.
So what do you think are your two weaknesses as a person? Yeah.
Um,
I do not have enough confidence, so I'm always the shy and the hiding one. It is so nice to say these lines, because when I believe in one thing, when I read somewhere, of course, I believe it, that there are so many lies we keep saying to ourselves, but when we give the word to a lie, or when we speak, the lie actually goes away. So even writing here that what are your two weaknesses, you are acknowledging it, and once we acknowledge it, then only we can take steps to improve and move forward. Adrian wrote, following bad rules, I struggle to. Okay, wanting to do so many things, strength and weaknesses. They are driven by emotion, procrastination.
And two
So
things
what
you
is
said
the
before, about reframing in past tense, like if we say I've got a problem and I feel bad, but if we say I had a problem, I feel a
yeah,
bit better because I had a problem. But if I say I had a problem, now I have an opportunity, or I had a problem, now I have whatever strength it is.
yeah.
So that, I like that. I had a problem, now I have these strengths, and now I'm me. I can move forward.
So, yeah, moving to past tense and changing with more powerful words. So why we are talking about the weaknesses? Because I believe in this principle that when our concepts are right, we actually grow, and with the false concept, we block and limit us. So even if I have weaknesses, but if I have the concept that, okay, I procrastinate, or I was procrastinating, and I am taking steps now with these right concept, I will grow. But if I continue to stay like, oh, I procrastinate, I'm actually blocking myself, and I'm limiting myself, and I'm not taking new chances and growing. How to make a chart? They said you can make a column and make the strength and the weaknesses on a paper. Okay, now when we are talking about the weaknesses, what we are doing actually is that we are blocking ourselves. We are putting these limiting beliefs on ourselves. So how we can interrupt this pattern when we are talking negative self-talk, or when we are focusing so much on our weaknesses rather than our strengths. So how to interrupt this pattern? First, we should know what we want, and we discover our limiting pattern. And when we discover, these are the questions we can ask. When we see that there's a limiting pattern, it's a belief which keep coming again and again. So these are the 3 questions we can ask ourselves, and we can find this answer. So we can, if you want, we can go in the room and we can share with each other what is my limiting belief, and what is the next question, and what is the next question.
In what Lisa shared there at the very start, she says something about not being worth it. And that is a complete limiting belief that a lot of us have, and I have at some point in my life. So I'm not worthy it, or I'm not good enough, or I'm not worthy of being loved, or I've been divorced, I'm not going to find the person, whatever it is. They're all limiting beliefs. And so let me get this right, Rajni. In the group, we're going to share a limiting belief.
Yep.
And then we'll share it in the group. And then the first question, because everyone can see it, we want to prove, or if you can't do it, other people will help prove the limiting belief wrong.
Yep.
And then the question 2 is, ask yourself, how would my life improve if I let go of this belief? And then 3, what positive belief can we choose instead? Because if you're thinking I can, and some time ago you're thinking I can't, you can't do both at the same time. So if we have limiting beliefs like I'm not good enough, and we have a new belief like I am good enough, our brain can only, our conscious can only run one at a time. So you got question 1 there. What proves a limiting belief wrong? How would my life improve if I let go of this? And 3, what positive belief can I have instead? Okay. And just on the left there where she said interrupt the pattern, or pattern interrupt. Pattern interrupt is, we call it an NLP, but it's all around. In Australia, if you break up with your girlfriend or boyfriend, we have a pattern interrupt called alcohol, dance floor, and getting someone else. It interrupts a pattern, but pattern interrupts can be as small as like Nutbush City or playing different music. It is a skill to interrupt the pattern. And if you have loved ones, sometimes your loved one or your kids get in a very bad state. So interrupting the pattern or break state is a very important skill that we can practice. I actually have some chickens. And from time to time, someone is, in my house is exploding. I'll put chicken food near the door, and, I keep listening. And then a couple of seconds, maybe 2 minutes later, the chickens come fly in the house. Break state, perfect. Or a girlfriend wants to talk about something. I'm like, hang on a second. Hang on a second. And I get the music and I play Eminem fight music. It's a break state, right? It breaks the pattern. It breaks the pattern. And when we break the pattern, we can put a new one in. It's a massive thing there. Thanks, Rajni. Sorry for that.
It's a beautiful, no. For me also, when my kids were small and they used to fell down and crying and in pain. So I, trying to put the medicine on their cut, but I just changed the conversation and they used to forget that they were in pain. So it worked, interrupt the pattern and break the pattern. So now we go to few more questions, which you can keep asking yourself during the day. Whenever you're making some decision, questions can be, how do I feel right now? What behaviors am I exhibiting? These are very, very beautiful questions. I will share in the chat later. Why I am doing what I am doing. Why do I tend to choose this over that? Why do I feel this way? These are really, really beautiful questions. The more you will ask, the more you will know why you are making these choices. More you will know more of yourself, your actions and your behaviors and your beliefs. There are few more questions, more with your emotional triggers, which can be, whenever you're angry or something, catch yourself and ask this question, identify that emotion and find out what triggered you. That if I'm angry or if I'm sad, I give name to my emotion and I try to find out that what actually triggered me. Sometimes I just say that, I use that wheel chart. I say I'm angry, but when I go deeper, that what triggered me, the reason is something else. So it is very, very important to keep asking these questions. And the third one is find out why this triggered you, why that incident had triggered you, and see how to resolve it. So the questions like what you are feeling, why you are choosing this over that, why are you emotionally triggered, what was that emotion, and how to resolve it. If you continue asking these questions and finding these answers, you will really, really see how you are connecting to yourself and how you are getting to know more of yourself. So this is kind of, we are coming to an end, that when we continue to ask who we are, what are our strengths, what are our weaknesses, why I'm making this kind of choices, what is triggering me, what I'm trying to achieve here. We are trying to achieve a reflective lifestyle. Why this reflective style is so important? Because a reflective lifestyle will help us to understand the lessons which, and the lessons can only be learned when we reflect and when we give the meaning to our experiences. So what are our experiences? Our success, if we focus and reflect on our successes, what our successes are telling us, that we are capable, we are courageous, and we can achieve things. The same way, if I'm reflecting on my failures, what my failures are trying to tell me? My failures are trying to tell me that it was a mistake. I understand, and there's a bright, big chance that I will not make this mistake again. So it is very, very important to live a lifestyle with reflections. Keep asking questions, find those answers within you. If you feel like that it is too much of negative talk, change those words to more empowering words. And how do we reflect? Reflecting is very easy. Find a quiet corner in your home or some in your office. Try to be present with yourself. Take a few deep breaths, feel what you feel, think what you are thinking. Just stay being in the present and keep asking some questions. Very simple, beautiful questions which I can share with you is the question which you can ask during the night before you go to sleep. Uh, what bring joy, happiness, and excitement during the day for you, and why you felt that, why that incident gave you happiness and the joy, and what can you learn from it. So at the night when you write that, okay, what gave you joy and why it gave you joy and what can you learn from it, it will really help you to know what is giving you happiness and what you will create more, choose more, which will bring you those moments of happiness and joy. Similarly, you can also answer what brings you sadness during the day, what was your fear, what made you angry, and the same again, emotional triggers, why those incidents uh, brought sadness, fear, or anger, and what can you learn from it. These are really, really nice questions. Even if you do it for 1 week, you will see how all your experiences, all your choices are making sense. And if you want to do in the morning, you can take the last day as your base point, or you can just start a new morning with these kind of questions, that what would you like to celebrate by the end of the day. When you look for celebrations, you will find celebrations. And when you make an commitment that what you want to celebrate by the end of the day, you will see that you are taking steps to make that experience a celebration. And the second will be, how will I actively participate in making that happen? That if you are choosing to celebrate something at the end of the day, and what is your commitment to make sure that you are taking the steps to make it a celebration, a joy, and a happiness by the end of the day. What is this all reflecting lifestyle brings? All this reflective lifestyle is taking us to living a life with an envision, like a bigger life. Bigger life means that whatever inside, whatever answers I found, that what brought me joy, happiness, sadness, what these answers I'm going to use, and what would I change or do with new insights. When I have the answers, what is giving me joy, what is making me angry, why it is making me angry, basically how I am going to use these new insights to live a more envisioned life. Envisioning lifestyle means that when we can see the future, that this is a kind of life I want to live, and when I can see that, I will have the desire and I will take the steps to live that kind of lifestyle. And the line is that as we grow in self-awareness, our dreams and ideas will get bigger. Our vision of ourselves will keep growing and it will get better. Now, the question is, if we can write in the chat window that if you choose to make your life big, how big would you like to make it? What are some great things that you would like to do 5 to 10 years from now? This is really, really important. I really appreciate if you can share in the chat window that if you have a choice, you're making a choice to make this life a big life. How big would you like to make it? And what are the great things you would like to do in 5 to 10 years from now? So if I want to make it big, how big I would like to make it? Oh my God, very big. To do my PhD and make happier. Okay, to my parents. Okay, love and experiences. And what are the great things I would like to do 5 to 10 years from now? If you can make it bigger, how big would you like to make your life? And what are the great things that you would like to do 5 to 10 years from now on? Find that feeling, what are some great things you would like to do 5 to 10 years, which is a long period. Okay, now as we, where it happened. Now, as we are coming to the end, these 3 things, I really, really, really want everybody to answer. If can write in the chat window, very, very beautiful. If you want to unmute yourself, please say it, but do answer this question. One is identify. Identify means that what are you identifying to say goodbye to after this session? What you are identifying that you are going to say goodbye to, which can be any negative self-talk, any negative word you use, or any limiting belief you carry, or you found out that what is triggering you and you're going to work towards it. So identify one thing you are going to say goodbye to today.
Boom! You made it here! Good on you. Make sure you click the subscribe button below and check out the playlist at the end. If you'd like to come along to our Sunday sessions where we host a live, free Q&A for our students and members, you're welcome. I'll see you there.